Here we are at the last week of school. We only have two more lessons together before you guys go on your summer break. Now, typically, what I like to do for both the core level and AP level world history classes is towards the end, I like to look at the present after having covered the history of how we got here. I like to look at what the current global issues are. And I still want to do a version of that for our last week, albeit a much shorter and a much more abbreviated version of that research project. So what I would like you to do is just on assignment number 2, you'll see the Global Issues Research Project, where you'll see all of the resources to complete your investigation of at least 2 global issues. If you go ahead and click on this link right here, it'll take you to the United Nations Global Issues overview. Now, the United Nations is being founded after the Second World War, or was founded after the Second World War, primarily as a way to prevent another major global conflict or to prevent smaller conflicts. But it has since expanded to focus on a number of or multiple other global issues. Looking at this page, you see a long list of potential global issues. Some of them maybe you've heard of. Climate change, I'm sure you've heard of. Gender equality is one that I'm sure you've heard of. But then there are others that maybe you'll be hearing about for the first time. For example, issues with law of the sea. This is actually a really big deal in the Pacific, for example, between the United States and China, or between other Asian countries over who has a right to sail in what parts of the ocean, right? Like, and that can actually become a much larger issue than just who gets to sail where. Water, for example, that's another big one. A lot of you maybe don't think about water as a global issue. And yet here in California, that is going to be a major issue here in the United States that's going to affect you in the next couple of years. And there may be other issues that you've thought of that you don't see on the list. And if you want to do your own global issue, that's fine. Reach out to me. But this is just a very good start. This is a good resource. By no means complete, by no means exhaustive, but there is a lot of good stuff on here. So what do I want you to do with this website is when you open up the document, you'll see the more direct instructions. So after browsing the website, after looking at the various global issues, I want you to pick 2 that interest or concern you the most. And what you're going to do is you're going to use the United Nations website to complete the 2 charts here below. You'll have one chart for your first global issue that you selected that you think is interesting or concerning, and the second table for your second issue. If you click on any one of these issues, it'll take you to a page with a lot more information, including smaller sub-issues within that global issue, right? Like that. So there's a lot of, again, good information available here. The United Nations website should be your main source of information. However, you are free to do additional research if you'd like. But only do that if you can't find the answers in the United Nations website, because who knows what's out there, right? Like there might be some crazy people on the internet posting stuff or making stuff up. I can't check for the reliability on that. That's why I would rather you use the United Nations website first. As I've mentioned, there are 2. I want you to do 2 of these. For pacing, what I would recommend is that you complete the first topic today and the second topic on Thursday for class. I'm not going to give you a new assignment on Thursday because I want you to, again, pace yourself so that you do one well today and one well on Thursday. If you are overachieving and you want to do it all today, that's excellent. Go for it, but just make sure that you're doing a good job of answering the questions and not just rushing through it. What I definitely don't recommend is you waiting until Thursday to do it all, because you may run out of time or get overwhelmed. And I, again, don't really want you stressing up until the last day of school. If even then, after doing your own research and checking the United Nations website, you still cannot find answers, or you have any questions that come up, or anything that you're curious about, or you want to talk about one of these issues, feel free to come into my office hours again today and Thursday at 3:15 till 4, or of course, you can always email me, but until I hear from some of you, or until next time, that's it for today. Again, let me know if anything comes up or if you have any questions.